Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here today. Boy, I'm wrong. I was wrong all day today. The market's trading at 57.80. Um, can I show my screen through Google? Nah, it doesn't matter. I'll high of 57.92 as I'm recording this video. Market went down initially from entry. It looks like the turning point was roughly at 56.82, roughly. 56.84 seemed to be a sticking point. And went down to S1. But you know what? It hit a significant number today. It hit a 50% retracement level off of the move up prior. So it was at 61.8 or 36.8, whatever you want to call it, 61.8, 36.8. It was at that one third of the Fibonacci downward movement. After the report release, it went down to the half of the Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to tell you this. I'm struggling in this up move right now, to be honest with you. I can obviously see the market's moving up. And I am obviously a better short side trader than I am a long side trader. So I'm going to get burned on days that are going to move up when I believe it's going to come down. The volume, although there was two red bars that came off of the CLPIT strategy today, I was looking for some stopping volume on the downside before I would get onto the long side of the market. In hindsight always works out right, perfect, you know. So hindsight looks like around right above the market hit it on my 89 tick chart. It hit at around S1. It went up to S1 like 3 different times, and then it finally busted and went through it. Long side trade, maybe being long at 56.67, somewhere in that area would have been a nice turnaround point for me. I wasn't looking at that. I was still short around there. The market had went down to 1p, and I was thinking the market had a lot more down in it left to go. Obviously, I could have been right. The inventory came out with a plus. I mean, it was off by 5 million today. Surplus of 2 million, so really a surplus from forecast to what was. There was 5 million surplus, so you would think that would drive the crude oil prices down a little bit today. It didn't. So just goes to show you can't look at something that's being manipulated and then make it an intelligent decision off of it based upon what you think economically speaking it should have happened. I mean, you would think of 5 million, they found an extra 5 million barrels of crude. You would think that that would make prices a little less expensive at not only at the pump, but you know, just hey, we found 5 million extra that we didn't forecast for. So I like the short side of the market based upon a few things, but was there a turning point to get long? I didn't see it. As far as when I was trading, I didn't see it. I went down 47 ticks today as I look at it, and what a nice up move though. I'm just getting crushed on these up moves. I guess I'm going to have to start looking at, I know that on the daily chart the 50 bars crossed over the 200 bar, and we were obviously in an upswing of the crude oil market. I know that the downswings can be violent. I want to take advantage of those because I still believe that that's where the money's made on the short side. The market, you know, as many times as the market moves up like this, I mean, it moves down so much quicker. I'm getting my ass kicked. This is funded trader FTP number 2, and you would think I would catch one of these. I mean, there's a couple dollar day moves that's happened. We had a dollar move on Monday, and now we had another dollar move today, making new highs in the crude oil market as I'm recording it, going up over R1. I mean, the market today went from S1 through pivot, didn't stop at all, and straight up through to R1. That swing was from 56.62, so $1 and what, $1.25 higher swing that happened in the market right now from the low of around 56.45 or so. I mean, it hit right at the 50% mark. And honestly, you know, you couldn't have told me otherwise that the market wasn't going to go down. Some people found that value there, right there at that mark, and decided that they were going to buy in. Um, and then you start seeing the shorts unwinding their trades as they ran through those sell stops, and it continued to make a move up and up and up. That's been the hard part right now, is seeing that we're in an up move in a down. What I looked at today, it was an up move in a down market. So up till it got up to, I mean, and it struggled at the 200 bar mark for a little bit of time today. I thought that was as high as the market was going to go, around the 5,700 mark. But once it busted through 57.15, it took straight up. It went straight up like a rocket all the way as we're trading right now, a high of 57.92. As I'm looking at this market today, was there a point in time that I should have been long? Yeah, probably above the pivot. Above pivot today. That these kind of movements just don't happen very often, at least not lately. I mean, I can't afford another losing day like this. That's all there is to it. I mean, I'll be back to the drawing board at this point. I don't know what to say. It's just that the market has been just been. I've been in some really nice wins, but my winning trades are only getting ticks, and I'm taking my losing trading days to very close to max daily loss. So I'm not getting those offsetting winning days when I am on the right side of the trade to be able to make up for these big losing days I'm getting right now. That seems to be my main, and I have these days where I'm wrong. I mean, volume today told me once we started selling off, I mean, it looked like we were going down, and it looked so good, and all of a sudden it just stopped. I mean, honest to God, if you looked at the crude oil market, you would have not thought that once we crossed under that S1 that we would be traveling up above the R1 mark today. The market obviously, you know, some days you gotta just give it up to that's fascinating. That's where I'm putting this day in. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm putting it into that's fascinating category. I mean, there's probably someone that's smarter than me that can explain why the market went up from S1 up through the R1. Feel free to express your viewpoint. Maybe today was an awesome trading day for you, and I applaud you if today you were able to pull out $1,000 winner, because it was there. There was $1,000 winner on the table there. I mean, honest to God, if you got in at say 64, 70 something, and you would have been it went up to 92 high right there. So there was a 100-tick gain right there into the market. It just you can see I'm frustrated because if I had hair, that's probably why I don't have any hair on the head, my top of my head does, because I've yanked it all out over the time. It's these days like today that really would get me questioning why I do what I do. But I know that these kind of days are few and far between where I just get my ass kicked this bad and this hard. I've got to relook at the long side, honestly. I mean, the daily chart is showing me the 50 bar is up over the 200 bar. It's been up over since I think somewhere in October. I have to look at the charts to see where it was. Let me look back at the daily chart where we had the crossover. we crossed over from a long to a short. I mean, a short market to a long market, basically around October 20th, 23rd, and that coincides basically where I've been struggling. I mean, if you look at this up move that we went through, go back from October 9th to right now. Wow, we've moved from 49.5 a barrel up to almost $58 a barrel inside of less than, well, about a month now. A little over a month and a day or two, we've moved up from 49.5, let's say, up to almost 58, so almost $9 difference there. Is there some retracement available? Oh God, yeah. And I just hope I'm still got an account when that retracement hits, because man, if you measure this daily chart back when it does retrace and we put the retracement on here, I mean, there is a huge retracement opportunity into the crude oil market. I mean, we're talking about going back to $50 a barrel. So when it does turn over, there's a lot of money for me available at that point. So I'm looking forward when it does turn over. I'll take advantage, and that's when I know that I'm going to accumulate some wins. Maybe today is the day it turns over. I mean, it went up to 92, now it's trading down to 31. You know, where do you find the market's going to top out? Where is the market? You know, I mean, on these kind of insane upward movement days. Let me look back here and see what happened. I mean, I tried to catch the top, and it's tough. It's difficult trying to catch a top when the market is flying out of the wazoo. But this is what I've been able to solve. I mean, the highest volume bar kicks in at 3323, and now we've sold off. I mean, we've sold off from 78 down to 30. Was that 40 something ticks? We sold that off from 11:27 to current time of 11:41. So that downward 40 tick move happened in about what, 10-15 minutes, where it took 2 hours to go up from 50. Well, it took an hour, yeah, 9:30 to 12:30. That's to 11:30. That's 2 hours of the market going up to go down, basically already almost half of the move up in 15 minutes. So that's what I like about the long side. I mean, being a short side trader, is when I'm right, and I make a lot of money quickly. And it's these days that just trick me. I mean, there are some nice blue bar volume kicking in. I mean, it shot up through pivot. Once it got above pivot, I mean, I don't think I had to trade above pivot after it got above pivot. No, after it got above, I take it back. I had a screwed up entry in there, which I should have waited on. If I could have waited, it's always that last trade that tricks me. I got involved in a 2 contract trade right around 10:40, an hour into the trade, and I thought that's where we're going to top out below pivot, right there around the 57.05 mark, 57.10, right in that area. I thought we were going to top out right there. Based upon what I saw in volume, and we had some stopping volume kick in the market at 10:16. And I really didn't think we were going to get above. At 10:19, it got up to 57.11, and we hung out there. The 4th time it did break through. That's probably the mark in the sand that I should have turned. If I had a chance to do this trade over again, I ran out of ammo at this point. My long signal for me to turn around and take it long would have been around the 57.09 mark. And then there was about what, to 92, say I got out at 77 and then took the short side of the trade, you know, that's the problem you run with Top Step Trader. I mean, I probably, when I decided to trade that 2 contracts right there, it was a good mark in the sand to go at it, and it ran me out. I had nothing left in the tank take on the long at 57.09. I mean, but it shot up from my stops to up through pivot within seconds. It went from 5,700 to 57.21. I think it moved in a minute. Yeah, it was a minute move. It moved up through there. I mean, I didn't have. In hindsight, that would probably be the mark in the sand that I should have reversed my entries and went to the long side, because that ended up being 1, 2, 3. That was honestly the 4th time up and through that mark. So looking at it in hindsight, yeah, that's the mark that I should have seen a little bit better. That would have been a nice turning point right on 57.07 mark, 57.09 to be long, and then take and see where it goes from there. But until that point, you know, I mean, I really felt as though the market was just retracing its way up to go back down, and the volume was telling me that that's exactly what we're going to do. And I'm not going to change the way I approach the market. Even though today I'm wrong, I don't feel as though I was wrong. I believe the market was going to go and run up to a point and then sell off of it. That's what it's done. Unfortunately, I was out of ammo by the time that I could catch this short, but it was a beautiful short. You're looking at the market from 11:30 right now to where we're trading right now 20 minutes later, and we're down underneath this R1 mark. I mean, there's just, if you could trade if you could trade multiple contracts at this could have been a huge winning day for me, but it's not the way it is. It's not the way it is when you have that $500 limit. You run into it. I can't figure out a way to get around that. That's been my nemesis. This max daily loss has been my nemesis, and you know, if you hit it 3 days in a row, you fail whatever you're in right now. So the market will turn my way. It will. I just hope that I can start seeing these violent long side moves right now have been kicking my butt, to be honest, because the market was, honest to goodness, the market was on its way down, and then it just stopped. I mean, it stopped at that 50% retracement level today, and it jumped off of it, and I thought, well, maybe we'll go up from 50% up to that 61.8 mark, and then we turn back around the 91 level. You know, so I kept justifying trying to be in the short side, but the volume was telling me that this whole move going up was a bogus bullshit up move. And I still believe it's a bogus bullshit up move right now. It's overshot its target. So humbly speaking, what I believe just happened is we had our blow off up volume, and now we're turning over. So we've just had our blow off up volume, and now we're going to be heading back down. I'd be highly surprised if we get anywhere near 57.92 until we retrace back down to around $50 a barrel. Let's see what happens. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now. Where is my button to stop this recording?